Hi everyone, King Wizard here today with a quick update video on my Chaos Zombie deck. Now, I kind of want to do this video because, honestly, a lot of my zombie videos get a lot of views, so, I just wanted to do a quick update because I have made a few changes on this deck, and I do believe that it is a lot stronger than my previous video, with the addition of a few spell cards and 4 new monsters in it. So, to start off, 1 BLS, I'm going to focus my camera there, 1 BLS, 2 Chaos Sorcerer, 2 Light Pulsar, nothing new there. With zombies, running 3 Zombie Master. I had considered taking one out, but at that time I was also running Goblin Zombie. This version is not running Goblin Zombie. 3 Mizuki, 3 Plague. For the new cards, I have 2 Uni-Zombie. Uni-Zombie opens up so many plays in this deck. It's pretty insane, you know, being able to even make more use out of Curry Bandit by either going into a level 6 Synchro or even a level 7. It just helps this deck out so much. The only problem that I have with Uni-Zombie is his last effect. If you happen to use this effect to send a zombie-type monster from your deck to your graveyard, you cannot attack with monsters that are not zombies during that turn. And that really slows this deck down because this deck does Synchro a lot. And most of the time I'm not going to leave him on the field. I'm going to Synchro with him. So most of the time that Synchro is not going to be able to attack because I don't believe I run any zombie Synchros. And then next up we have 2 Malevolent Mech Goku N. I wanted to run this card because I was looking for a new zombie target for Mizuki and Zombie Master, but I also wanted a light target to kind of round out my dark to light ratio. That's one thing I kind of try to do a lot with this deck, is try to make it as even as possible, and I am running 16 to 14 ratio at this moment, 16 dark and 14 light, and he really helps that out. Now on top of that, you can normal summon him without tributing, and that's really cool because he's also a level 6, so that helps make even more level 8 and level 10 Synchro plays. And then we have 3 Destiny Hero Malicious, obviously because he is probably the easiest level 6 monster to get out. For the LIghtsworns, nothing new here. 3 Raiden, 3 Luminas, and 3 Lilas. Now, I have considered testing out Felice, or Felice, however you want to pronounce it. So, if anything, if I do test her, I'm going to take out 1 Lila for 1 Felice. For the rest of the monsters, I have 1 Shaddoll Dragon, 1 Shaddoll Beast, and 1 Curry Bandit. Curry Bandit is also self-explanatory, so I'm going to go ahead and quickly talk about the Shaddoll monsters that I'm running. Shaddoll Beast is in here because he's kind of almost a replacement for Upstart. Now, I don't want to run any more than 1 because I was testing him at 2, and there were still times where I'd draw him, and you don't want to open with him. You don't want to draw him at all, really. It's not too bad, honestly, if you do draw him, because there are times where, when I did draw him, I just special summoned something from the grave, and then tributed it just to set the beast, and then flip next turn, or my opponent attacks into it, flip, draw 2, discard, it's still pretty good. And then I'm running Dragon just because this deck is easily floodgated against, and since Dragon can pop that, it makes him really useful. Now, the only other Shaddoll monster that I consider running, I'm probably going to end up side decking, and what I'm going to do is side deck a Shaddoll Hound, and when I need to, take out the Dragon and side in Hound. And the reason why is because when Hound is milled, I can change a monster in the field from attack to defense, and that's really important against the Shaddoll matchup. I learned this the hard way, that this deck, unless I have a Chaos monster in my hand, this deck loses hard to Winda. And that's something that's really weird because this deck can easily normally get out huge beat stick monsters, and Winda being only 2200 means that so much in my deck can run over it. But if I don't have any answer to it with a Chaos monster, I'm pretty much screwed. So Hound would shift her into defense, and then at that point, even a Curry Bandit can run over her. So, those are their stall monsters. For the spells, I'm running 2 Charge of Light Brigades. If you saw my last video, you will notice now that I actually have a second Charge of Light Brigade. I have 2 DDRs and 1 Burial. These are the new spells that really help make this deck even more explosive. There are so many times where, there was one duel in particular where I kind of bricked milling a malicious and drawing, and I also had opened a malicious, so I had 2 malicious. And what I had done is I happened to also mill a Plague Spreader zombie, and what I did was use Plague Spreader's effect to stack the malicious in my hand onto the top of my deck, and then use that malicious engrave effect to special that malicious back, and then synchro, which then does banish the Plague Spreader, which is unfortunate, but I just burialed it right back. And the same play is available with DDR, which is even better because it then special summons the Plague Spreader. And then lastly, Foolish Burial and Dark Hole. Now, if I'm going to take out anything from the main deck to test, what I'm going to do most likely is take out 1 Dark Hole and 1 Curry Bandit for 2 copies of Solar Recharge. Just to kind of test, just because I want draw power, kind of, in this deck. It may backfire, it may not, I don't know. For the extra deck, I'm running 1 Goyo Guardian, 1 Michael, 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Crimson Blader, 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Red Dragon Arcfiend, 2 Void Ogre Dragons, 1 Leo, 1 Gauntlet Launcher, 1 Photon Strike Bouncer, 1 Number 80, 1 Cowboy, and 1 Maystroke. Now, definitely going to end up taking out here in about a month, taking out Cowboy and Maystroke for Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon and a Castel, and since both of those cards are getting reprints. Also, if I happen to get a Beals, I'm probably going to end up running 2 Beals in this deck, and the 2 cards that are going to end up coming out are Red Dragon Arcfiend and 1 copy of Void Ogre Dragon. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think of this new update. I do feel like this is probably the best version of this deck at the moment. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and see you later.